counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, apply myself.
Welcome back to CTC. I am your gracious host, Carl, and I'm here to recap week 5 of college football. And it was a good week of college football. I don't think it was as good as last week, but last week was just phenomenal. But it was still good nonetheless. Still had banger games at night. We had a banger 6 o'clock game that I'm going to get into later. We had a couple blowouts. I had a couple games where I thought might be closer than they were. But we're going to get into that with the recap. Before I start, I would like to ask you to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you like the content on this show, CTC, if you like the content on the main show featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave, if you like the content on BWT, Baseball with Teddy, or if you like the content on FFC Fantasy Football with Coach Combs. If you like any of those contents, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I've been seeing comments on my recent videos. I will respond, good or bad. I respond to you. I appreciate you for watching. I appreciate you for leaving your comment. I just appreciate anything that you do for this channel because you didn't have to, but you decided to. So, yeah, man. So, other than that, enjoy the recaps. Firstly, what I would like to say, get Florida out of the top 25. In 2 hours, I better see Florida out of there. Better see Kentucky in there. I think I said last Sunday or last Wednesday that Florida didn't deserve to be ranked top 25. If they didn't play Charlotte last week, I felt like they would have got knocked out to 25 last week. So I think they'll be out. So let's start with Thursday night. We had one game Thursday night that I previewed, so it's one game that I recap. Middle Tennessee State at Western Kentucky, the 100 miles of hate. So Western Kentucky, I chose them to win. They won 31-10. The game was a little closer than it should have been. So let's start. Western Kentucky gets the ball first and punts. The Middle Tennessee has a 72-yard touchdown pass by Elijah Metcalf called back by holding, and they go 3-and-out. So it looks like Middle Tennessee State was going to get some momentum on the road. Call back, man. Can't have it. After back-to-back 3-and-outs, Western Kentucky scores first touchdown. 18-yard touchdown pass to Davion Irwin Poindexter. Finally got in the end zone. I said it Wednesday. Can he finally get in? He gets in through the air. Middle Tennessee State goes 3-and-out, which leads to a Western Kentucky 45-yard field goal. Western Kentucky gets stupid roughing the passer call, but Middle Tennessee State punts anyway. Not stupid as in it was a bad call, just a stupid decision. With 9:58 left in the second quarter, Middle Tennessee State finally gets on the board with a 23-yard field goal. Western Kentucky answers with the Austin Reed 8-yard touchdown pass to Easton Messer. Western Kentucky forces Kalani Norris to fumble, leads to a 1-yard Austin Reed touchdown run, but the point after is no good. Middle Tennessee State starts second half with a 16-yard Frank Peasant touchdown run. Western Kentucky starts the second half with a punt. Then Middle Tennessee State on 4th and goal from the 3 gets stuffed on the quarterback draw, which I didn't like that play call at all. I thought they moved the ball so well through the air. I guess they try to get a little high, I outsmarted you moment, and boy, that got stuffed at the line of scrimmage. With 13:44, Western Kentucky catches a tip pick, ball tipped at the line. With 12:25, Middle Tennessee State catches an interception. Reed throws it in double coverage. I think that was the one to Trey Fluellen. With 11:13, Middle Tennessee State turnover on downs. Nick Vitato misses a wide open DJ England Chisholm. which leads to a nasty Elijah Young 14-yard touchdown run with the hurdle. Ooh, I think he went up like the 4 to 6 hole, broke a little bit, gave a hurdle, and was out of there. Vitato throws another interception, and Western Kentucky runs out the clock to win. So here's a couple things I felt about the game. So Middle Tennessee defense actually played well, forced a turnover. They actually was able to get Western Kentucky off the field. Western Kentucky wasn't able to do whatever they wanted this game. They actually were. It was actually closer than the score indicates for a while. Middle Tennessee State defense played their part. They actually did better than I expected. Now, Western Kentucky was slinging the rock in the first half. They were. Now, I think Austin Reed had like 30-some attempts in the first half. Malachi Cornley had like 70 yards in the first half. They were slinging the ball around, but Middle Tennessee State still did a great job defensively. And then Middle Tennessee State lost the turnover battle. Vitato threw 2 picks. Reed threw 1. Shout out Ty. He said, let's go Penn State. Y'all was in a close one. I'm not recapping that game, but y'all were in a close one early. Y'all decided to wake up and pull away. Secondly, he said, shout out Blankenship. Shout out Blankenship. Like I said, he played with my dog at Middle Tennessee State, so I was hip to him early. Great safety. All right, so we're moving on to the Louisville-NC State game. And, bruh, I picked NC State to win this game at home. The best defense that Louisville has faced so far. And for the first half, shut out Louisville 10-0. Then NC State gets shut out second half, and a lot of that was due to turnovers. This game was sloppy. It was ugly. It was the game that I thought NC State should make to win the game. They just could not get it done. So let's get into it. Louisville wins 13-10 on the road. Louisville moves the ball to start, but punts. The NC State goes 3 and out. Louisville then runs a fake punt called back by Holden, which it was converted, which leads to another punt. With 13:21 left in the second quarter, Louisville misses a 52-yard field goal. Then NC State responds with a 4-yard touchdown run by Delbert Mims, the third, set up by a 4th and 1 fake punt. So NC State got a fake punt of their own. It was like a snap to Peyton Wilson, ran up the middle for like 3 yards. And then they convert a 4th and 1 at the Louisville 5. All that leads to the 4-yard touchdown run. So then Louisville then fumbles on a sack. NC State was sending the blitz at Jack Plummer all night. They blitzed him all night. They got to him. He fumbled. NC State recovers, but it leads to a 3-and-out punt. Appreciate the time. Yeah, like I said, 55.5 is just way too many points for a game of that caliber. So appreciate that. Jack Plummer then throws an interception in cover 2, which leads to a 48-yard field goal. This was like right before the half. And I got a little note in here, but I remember it. So they both go vertical. 2 and 1 both go vertical. And in the cover 2, they played it so perfectly. When 2 goes vertical, you carry 1 vertical. He was right underneath, running with 1. Jack Plummer, I don't know if he just did. I don't know what he saw. He just threw it right at him. Bro, catches the interception. It leads to a 33-yard. No, excuse me, not that one. Hold on. It leads to a 48-yard field goal, to start the second half. Brennan Armstrong goes down the field with 2 bombs and then throws a red zone interception right to the defender in the end zone. Oh, my God. Which then leads to a Louisville 3-and-out punt. Sack on 3rd down, another blitz. They was getting to Jack Plummer with the blitz all night. With 6:38 left in the third, Louisville finally scores a 45-yard touchdown pass to Chris Bell. Great pass and catch. Actually, Louisville was able to go attack downfield with go balls. These DBs, they were being phased, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if they panicked. I don't know if the receiver just pulled away late, but they were getting beat on some of these go balls. NC State fumbles. Brennan Armstrong fumbles running the ball, which Louisville recovers, which leads to a 33-yard field goal, and now it's tied. So Brennan Armstrong with 2 momentum-killing fumbles, which hurts NC State because NC State is not the better offense, so you have to take care of the football. Louisville is. Louisville is the more explosive offense. Louisville is the better offense. So NC State can't afford these turnovers that Brennan Armstrong had. So Jack Plummer throws another interception with 13:03 left in the game in the end zone, With 5:32 left, Louisville gets the 53-yard field goal, which would be the game-winning field goal. With 2:44 left in the game on 4th and 3. NC State about to get the ball back. Coming after the punt, gets a stupid running into the punter. Gives Louisville the first down. It's 5 yards, 4th and 3. First down, Louisville. But NC State still stops them. But they get the ball back now with 1:33. Had to use all their timeouts, so they have no timeouts left. Have to drive for a field goal at the least. In the first play, I think it's the first play. If not the first, then it's the second play of the drive to tie or win the game. Brennan Armstrong gets hits as he throws. He just lollipops the ball in the air, and it's intercepted by Louisville. Louisville nails out the clock. Louisville wins the game. NC State got shot out the second half after shutting out Louisville in the first half. NC State couldn't establish a run. Now, I said Louisville defense is susceptible to the run. It just shows how bad NC State run offense is. They cannot establish the run. They couldn't protect Brennan Armstrong. This O-line does not look any good. Both teams were turnover happy. I think I even said it on Wednesday. These two quarterbacks will turn the ball over. And they showed you why. They showed you Friday night. Louisville got more explosive plays. Now, Jordan didn't get his explosive run that he averages every week. He got an explosive play off of the screen, 26 yards off the screen. But as far as running the ball, they kept Jordan in check all night. They kept his running game pretty much in check all night. Like I said, they were getting beat with go balls and like the 26-yard screen. But yeah, Jordan did not get his explosive run. Boom, that was my last point. No explosive play run by Jordan. But Louisville 5-0. Shout out to y'all. I think I had y'all going 6-6. I had y'all starting off 4-0 with the loss here to NC State. Should have happened, maybe, but it didn't. Ain't no shoulda, coulda, wouldas with final results. So 5-0. Shout out to y'all. Great start of the season so far. Now on to 10th ranked Utah at 19th ranked Oregon State. Now, I picked Utah to win this game, and boy, do I feel stupid. I don't know. Maybe I just thought Cam Rising would be back, which he's not. I don't know. Maybe I just thought Utah defense would be able to carry him, which Utah defense was doing for a while before it got tired. But Utah offense couldn't get anything going. Like, they were so predictable. Oregon State knew Nick Johnson in the game. He can't really throw the ball. Run, blitz him, get him, make him try to beat you through the air. Don't just let them establish no run. Bryson Barnes coming in the game. He moves the ball down the field and throws a stupid interception in the red zone. So Oregon State wins this game at home 21-7. Should move up in the rankings, or Utah should drop. Utah starts with a turnover on downs, incomplete pass on 4th and 6. Then Oregon State starts with a touchdown, a 4-yard run, touchdown run by Damian Martinez on 4th and 1. They ran the tush push and got it. So I shouldn't have said that, but that's what they ran. So no team scores in the first half after this. It was just like straight defense from here on out. Oregon State got a short field, took advantage, scored, and then it was straight defense. Straight defense. Oregon State opened second half with a punt. Only one first down. Utah opened second half with a 3-and-out punt. Oregon State then scored the 27-yard Silas Bowden touchdown catch. Silas Bowden had a game on this touchdown catch. He caught it, ran up the sideline, made a couple people miss, ran towards the middle of the field, gone. Utah then bring in Bryson Barnes at quarterback. He goes down the field, but ends the drive with a stupid interception. Oregon State on 4th and 1 gets a 45-yard touchdown run by Silas Bowden. So Oregon State came out like they themselves were going to run a tush push. Again, they come out in it, hike the ball. DJU gives a fake like he's going to do it and tosses the ball out to Silas Bowden, who's lined up in the backfield, pulls a guard, I believe. And it was nothing but smooth sailing from there. Silas Bowden scores. He had a phenomenal night. You might hear his name later. Utah then gets a turnover on downs on 4th and 3. Got stopped short. But then Cole Bishop catches an interception for Utah right after. But it leads to a punt. Then Utah with 5:05 left in the fourth quarter finally scores a 41-yard Thomas Jasmine touchdown catch. But that was it. Then the game ends 21-7. Utah desperately needs Cam Rising back, like desperately with these two quarterbacks. You know, either one's not going to be able to beat you through the air or one is going to make a terrible mistake. One is more explosive than Nick Johnson, but these two quarterbacks are not it for the Utah Utes. Utah had a tough time protecting the quarterback because they knew he's not going to beat us with his arm. blitz him, get after him, make him make his mistake. Oregon State had explosive plays. Silas Bowden had a night. And Oregon State took advantage of short field early. Got a 4-yard touchdown run by Damian Martinez. Utah defense played his heart out. Just don't have the offense to match right now while Cam Rising is still recovering from that ACL injury in the Rose Bowl. So it's going to be tough sledding for Utah. Now, go to another game. Louisiana Tech at UTEP, which the linebacker who did step on the dude's head, he is now indefinitely suspended. I think that's a great call. There's no room in the game for that. I understand competitiveness, but that's different. That is not being competitive. That's just dirty. You could have seriously hurt that man. You could have ruined his life. I mean, I get he has a helmet on, but some of these head injuries could be life-ending. So you can't play with that. So I'm glad. Sucks that he did it, but you got to pay the piper. Now, Louisiana Tech is who I chose to win this game, and they won this game 24-10. Game wasn't too bad. It wasn't great either. I mean, it was the battle of the backups. Both Hank Bachmeier and Gavin Hardison did not play due to injuries. Louisiana Tech, 24, UTEP 10. Louisiana Tech starts with a 1-yard Tyree Shelton touchdown run. Cyrus Allen actually catches an 85-yard catch and run. And I thought he was gone, but I guess he's tired. As Peyton or Eli said, he's not in shape. He got hawked. But they still scored. The UTEP goes straight out and punts. And Smoke Harris, while he didn't kill through the air, Smoke Harris, 67-yard punt return touchdown. Dynamic guy in space. Didn't kill through the air this week, but he still makes impact plays. Punt return touchdown. With 14-16 left in the second quarter, UTEP scored a 2-yard Jake McNamara touchdown run. So they did. UTEP cycled through, I think, 3 quarterbacks it ended up being, but throughout the game, mostly 2 quarterbacks. With 10:56 left in the second quarter, Jake McNamara fumbles and Louisiana Tech recovers, but it leads to a Louisiana Tech punt. With 2:28 left in the second quarter, Louisiana Tech kicks a 32-yard field goal. Then UTEP starts the second half with a 36-yard field goal, and that'd be it for them. Louisiana Tech starts with a second half punt. With 14:54 left in the fourth quarter, Jack Turner has a 20-yard touchdown pass to True Edwards for Louisiana Tech, putting them up 24-10, and that'd be it for the scoring. With 3:57 left, UTEP has a turnover on downs, and the game ends 24-10. Louisiana Tech scored the first drive in the punt return. They came out high early. Took the game away from UTEP early. Both teams, like I said, battled the backups. Both teams had a run game going. They were able to establish the run, but Louisiana Tech, to me, was just a better team, even if they starting quarterbacks were there. And the difference is UTEP had no passing game at all, while Louisiana Tech passing game was pretty decent. UTEP barely has a passing game right now with Gavin Hardison. I think these receivers are talented to be in Conference USA, to be honest. Just can't figure it out at quarterback, and I see why. Gavin Hardison has to start because he's clearly the best quarterback they have, and he's not that great. So UTEP dealing with issues at the quarterback position. So we move on to the last game of Friday night, and this game was pretty good. Cincy at BYU. I chose Cincy. I was wrong. Emory Jones. Oh my God. Cincy loses 27-35 at BYU. BYU starts with the punt, and Cincy, Emory Jones says, "Don't worry about it." He throws them a 40-yard pick six, just right to the defender. Now it could have been a miscommunication on the play. Either way, 40-yard pick six for BYU. Cincy turnover and downs on 4th and 1. The pass was dropped, so that's not on Emory Jones. Then Cincy with 10:59 left scores a 27-yard touchdown catch to Shamon Mateer. With 45 seconds left, Cincy gets a 33-yard field goal. But then BYU before the half gets a 22-yard touchdown pass to Darius Lassiter. Drive didn't take that long, to be honest. They just went down the field, scored quick to go 14-10 at the half. And to me, that was the momentum changer right there because Cincy actually ran like so many more plays than BYU. Cincy defense was just dialed in on BYU's offense. But for BYU to then go score with seconds left before the half, changed the whole momentum. It got them in a groove. It got them the confidence they needed to actually put up a lot of points in the second half. It actually flipped the switch because now Cincy wasn't that dialed in. BYU was able to get a lot of stuff they wanted in the second half. Now, since he starts the second half with a punt, BYU starts the second half with a 29-yard touchdown run by L.J. Martin. Since he responds with a 22-yard field goal, but then BYU answers with a 59-yard touchdown pass to Chase Roberts, who you might hear his name later, had a great game. Chase Roberts, I think this was like on second or third and long. He comes and snatches the ball and scores. I believe that was the play. Since he answers with a 23-yard touchdown pass again to Shaman Matire, but then BYU punts his next possession. And then this was kind of crazy. So BYU punts the ball to Cincy. The ball bounces. The returner doesn't catch it. The ball bounces. It's going to bounce over the return man's head. He tries to catch it before it bounces over his head. The ball, he doesn't catch it. He doesn't catch it, and BYU recovers. Hey, look, Kenny, I don't agree with that statement. But, hey, if I don't know how long you've been here, shout out for you even commenting. But we had a Pac-12, we had a Big Ten preseason panel, and Wisconsin played better with Washington State. And one guy told me I don't trust the Cam Ward, and I told him, and Cam Ward I trust. I've been praising Cam Ward all year. Cam Ward has been balling, definitely playing like a great quarterback. I understand Caleb Williams has a pick, but Caleb Williams is better. I'm sorry, he's just a better quarterback. Michael Penix is the better quarterback. Cam Ward is a dog. Will not underestimate. Can't state that enough. A dog, but those guys are just better. But I appreciate you commenting. Let me see here. Caleb has 1 pick. Penix has 2. Shador has 2. Yeah, Drake Moore has to cut it out with 4. Cam Moore has 0, and Cam is 4-0. That's great. He's balling. Definitely balling. But those guys to me are just better. That's a good point, Ty, but he's not balling like Cam Ward either. Like, Allard doesn't have the numbers that Cam Ward has been putting up with 0 picks. Like, I can see why he's trying to amp this guy. He's probably a Washington State fan, and I love Washington State, but when he plays against Washington or if he plays Oregon, I can't even remember right now, but the Apple Cup, I still don't have them winning the Apple Cup, but I digress. I have to continue. With 4, no. So where did I leave off? Oh, so talking about the muff punt. The muff punt. So stupid play by the return man. Just let it go. You didn't catch it, so let it go. And that leads to a 1-yard L.J. Martin touchdown run with 4:31 left in the game. BYU 44-yard field goal is no good. It was set up by a first and goal bad snap, so they actually was looking to score another touchdown, but the ball gets snapped well over Keaton Slovis' head. I think L.J. Martin is the one that recovered it, and they just kept going backwards. With 2:42 left in the game, Cincy turnover on downs. They ran a 4th-and-1 run play, and they got stuffed. And with 26 seconds left, Cincy scores a 31-yard garbage touchdown to Braden Smith. BYU recovers the onside kick and nails the game out. BYU, like I said, the touchdown before the half was a huge momentum shift. Chase Roberts had a huge second half. Emory Jones threw a pick 6, was loom large. And Cincy lost the turnover battle, they were not able to turn over Keaton Slovis. They lost 2-0. The muff punt and the pick 6 came huge. Lost by 1 touchdown and the 2-point. Those 2 possessions loom large. So we start going into Saturday. We have SC, 8th ranked SC on the road against Colorado. Final score 48-41. Now, the game looked like it was going to be a blowout. But Colorado fought, didn't give up, and were able to make the game close late in the game. SC starts with a 27-yard touchdown run by Marshawn Lloyd. And Marshawn Lloyd started left, came back right. You even seen Caleb Williams throw a little block in there. And I'm like, all right, this is the game I expect. Like, SC's just going to be able to run the rock. They're not going to shut out Colorado. This defense is not built to do that. They're still like the same defense of last year. Bend but don't break, opportunistic on defense, but they're not stopping you. The only game that they really, really did that was Stanford, and Stanford's offense is just not great, not good at all. So Colorado's offense is way better than Stanford's offense. So I didn't expect a shutout, but I didn't expect 41 points either. Colorado starts with a 3-and-out punt, and then with 3:18 left in the first quarter, Colorado 41-yard field goal is no good, which leads to a 71-yard touchdown pass to Taj Washington. Colorado, Shador Sanders then throws an interception, which leads to an 8-yard touchdown pass to Dorian Singer, the Arizona transfer. And then Colorado answers with a 30-yard, Jimmy Horn touchdown pass. And then with 7:20 left in the second quarter, SC scores a 24-yard touchdown pass to Mario Williams, but the point after is no good. After the point after is no good, then SC scores a 26-yard touchdown pass to Brendan Rice. He just catches the ball, makes a man miss, runs up the sidelines, and just beats him to the pylon. Colorado answers with a 25-yard touchdown run by Shedeur Sanders, which he don't even run. Like, if you watch Shedeur game, running is like his last resort. He does not want to run. But he had a huge hole, took off, scored a 25-yard touchdown run. Colorado answers, both teams start the second half with a punt, and then SC on the second drive throws a 6-yard touchdown pass to Brendan Rice. Brendan Rice had a day. Colorado answers with a 2-yard Anthony Hankerson touchdown run. Omarion Miller, who I need to write down as my major performance. I forgot to write him down. He had a major, he had a monster game for him to come in as a freshman in a game that huge. He had a monster game. So later on, he is going to be in my major performances. I forgot to write it down, but he will be there. SC answers with a 3-yard touchdown pass to Jude Wolf. And then Colorado answers with a 21-yard touchdown pass to Michael Harrison. Then Caleb Williams throws an interception on the next drive, which leads to a Omarion Miller 9-yard touchdown catch. And then Colorado turnover on downs up 14. But SC then misses the 38-yard field goal. And Colorado scores a 16-yard touchdown catch to Jimmy Ward to make it a one-possession game late. SC recovers the onside kick, and that's the ball game. So SC dominated through most of this game, to be honest. The score doesn't show it. It shows a one-possession game, but they dominated throughout. Colorado fought back at the end, scored 2 unanswered touchdowns. But it was just a little too late. So SC escapes with a W. Colorado, man. Arizona State next week. That should be the win to put you over if you took my over 3.5 wins. I told you to take preseason. So Colorado's actually a good football team. I'm glad they came out. Didn't let last week affect them. Didn't let the haters affect them. Played great ball. Well, good ball. They played good ball. And yeah, just resiliency. So we move on to a game I'm happy about. Thought this game would be a lot closer. But shout out my dog, Ray Davis. Number 22 ranked Florida. Shouldn't be that no more. At Kentucky. Kentucky wins 33-14 for its third straight win over Florida. So Florida starts with a punt. And then Kentucky starts with a 24-yard field goal. But a touchdown on second and goal. Easy touchdown. Devin Leary, oh my God. Had an easy touchdown. He overthrew it. Then on third down, he pushed the ball on the money in the back of the end zone. The receiver drops it. Leads to a 24-yard field goal. Then Graham Mertz, very next possession. Graham Mertz going to beat Graham Mertz. Throws an interception. Receiver popped as he caught it, but he threw it in triple coverage. Ball gets there. As soon as the ball gets there, he gets cracked. It's a pick. Leads to a 9-yard touchdown pass to Ray Davis. Kentucky then scores a 75-yard Ray Davis touchdown run. But the point after the attempt is blocked. Then Kentucky scores a 3-yard Ray Davis touchdown run. And with 34 seconds, Florida finally scores a 4-yard touchdown pass to Hayden Hansen. 23-7 at the half, I believe. Then Kentucky scores a 2-yard touchdown run by Ray Davis to start the second half. Then Florida answers with a 33-yard touchdown catch by Ricky Pearsall, and that'll be it. Then with 11:24 left in the fourth quarter, Florida has a turnover on downs, a 4th and 4 pass completed, but it was short of the line of the game. Then Kentucky gets a 50-yard field goal due to the turnover on downs. And then Trevor Etienne on 4th and 2 gets stopped, turnover on downs, and Kentucky runs out the game. Win the game 33-14. Just a Ray Davis show. I'll give y'all his stats later. It's no secret he's going to be on major performances. So this is just a great game. I even joked before the game in these chats. So, hey, look, if you want to be a member of these chats, hey, my guy Kenny, I don't know if you're still here, but if you want to bring this up as a debate, if you want to come on the show and talk about Washington State or Cam Ward, you can become a member. Membership start $2.99, a pro level. You get in one chat, you get a badge, you get perks. Then it goes up to $4.99, where you can get in all the chats except for the Refuse to Lose chat. Get on every chat: college football, college basketball, NFL, NBA, baseball. We even got a parlay chat. Boxing or combat sports. We got a chat for almost everything except for soccer and hockey. If you want to become a member, $4.99, you get the same purchase as the $2.99, but all those chats except for the refuse to lose chat. And the last membership is $9.99. You get in every single chat. You get all the perks. You can have a cameo on one of the shows. You can bring up a topic for a show. I would gladly have you on CTC if you're a superstar member for $9.99, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. So become a member. Hey, get in these chats, because in the chat I jokingly said Dre Davis is going to have 150, 200 yards, and he had 280. So I mean, it was a joke, but hey, they say some jokes got a little truth to it, and that was one of them. So, but we move on to Texas A&M. Oh yeah, by the way, I picked Kentucky and I picked SC. So, hey Teddy, he brought up Caleb Williams, but he brought up the one pick. Like, I mean, it's a pick. I mean, just because your man ain't throw zero, he had zero and he got one. But anyway, I digress. Next game, Texas A&M at Arkansas, and I picked Arkansas for the home upset, and they left me upset. Texas A&M wins 34-22. Arkansas, they start with a 52-yard field goal. Then Texas A&M starts with a 32-yard touchdown pass to Evan Stewart, and I said it. Max Johnson needs to find Evan Stewart early, and he sure did for a touchdown. Arkansas answers with a 25-yard field goal. Texas A&M answers with a 42-yard field goal. Then Arkansas gets his first punt on his third drive, which leads to a Texas A&M 49-yard field goal, which is missed. Then Arkansas turnover on downs, 4th and 1. Rocket Sanders gets stuffed. Well, welcome back, firstly, to Rocket Sanders. He's been gone a couple games. But he gets stuffed. And that leads to a 2-yard touchdown catch by Ernest Crownover. The Texas A&M starts the second half with a pick six on a bubble screen. Tries to throw a bubble screen. The defender makes a great play. Sniffs it out. Pick six. Then Texas A&M responds with a 34-yard field goal. And Texas A&M Max Johnson scrambles and fumbles. The hit didn't even look bad. I don't even know how he fumbled. I don't know if he just, defender bites the football and he knocks it out. But either way, Arkansas recovers a fumble. Leads to a 50-yard field goal. Now Arkansas KJ Jefferson throws a pick six. The blitzer, he comes around the corner. KJ Jefferson tries to get rid of the ball. He tips it and then picks it and scores a touchdown. So just great play by the defender. With 9:59 left in the fourth quarter, Texas A&M 48-yard field goal is no good. Arkansas then punched the ball right after, and Aniyah Smith takes it 82 yards to the crib. Punt return touchdown. I believe that's like the second one of a week, maybe more, that I didn't see. But Aniyah Smith takes it to the crib. Texas A&M fumbles, and then Arkansas recovers, which leads to a 48-yard deep ball to Andrew Armstrong. But the two-point attempt is no good. Texas A&M recovers the onside kick and then runs out the clock. Really no notes here. Max Johnson played really well besides the pick six and the fumble. I mean, he played good, but pick six, man, is just a great play to defender. Fumble, I don't know how that happened. Arkansas then gives up momentum, key plays to allow Texas A&M to win. The punt return, they throw their own pick six. They kicked a lot of field goals, don't convert to touchdowns, not finishing drives with six. So Arkansas, man, you have to finish the drives. These drives, the same thing killed them in LSU game. Started off 6-0 off 2 field goals when you needed to finish with touchdowns. If they turn them field goals into touchdowns, they win against LSU. Can't keep settling for field goals. Have to figure out ways to punch those in. Now, the last game I had for the noon slot, Clemson at Syracuse, and Clemson wins 31-14, dominated this game. Syracuse scores a late touchdown to they both scored late touchdowns, but Clemson really dominated this game. I had to think about it. Phil Moffitt did get a late touchdown, so they both scored late touchdowns. But Clemson, like I said, wins 31-14 at Syracuse in the Dome. And shout out to the guy who commented under the video, under the preview. He was fair. He just thought the home crowd would have the home team more in the game. And maybe, I mean, that's kind of sometimes how home field works, but Clemson is used to those environments. So that's why I didn't have it really factored in. But Syracuse starts with a Garrett Schrader fumble, and Clemson recovers, which leads to a 14-yard touchdown catch by Troy Stellato. Then with 6:35 left, LaQuint Allen fumbles. Now, this wasn't LaQuint Allen's fault. It was mainly, this was another Garrett Schrader mistake. Garrett Schrader tosses it to LaQuint Allen. The ball is high and behind. LaQuint Allen isn't able to bring it in, and he fumbles, and Clemson recovers again. Leads to a 2-yard Will Shipley touchdown run after the return. The fumble was returned to like the Syracuse 3. So Will Shipley punches it in. Syracuse answers with a 28-yard touchdown catch by Dan Villari. Clemson then with 6:06 left in the second quarter. Turnover on downs. With 4th and 2, Klubnik is sacked, which leads to a Syracuse 57-yard field goal, which is no good. Clemson then scores a 47-yard touchdown catch by Bo Collins. Clemson misses a 42-yard field goal before the half. Clemson starts second half with a 38-yard field goal. Syracuse starts with a punt. With 14:05 left in the fourth quarter, Clemson fumbles with Syracuse recovers, and that leads to a 6-yard touchdown catch by LaQuint Allen in the back of the end zone. They're going like a wheel route. And then Syracuse, Garrett Schrader throws the interception. Jeremiah Trotter makes a good play, carries a receiver, I think on like a Band-Aid or a post or something. And then leads to a 32-yard touchdown run by Phil Maffa. And then both teams trades turnover and downs to end the game. Clemson defense played like Clemson defense. Clemson has a great defense, has a great front seven. It's one thing Clemson always going to have is a defense. Now, for Syracuse, way too many turnovers. 3 turnovers, you're not going to be a team like Clemson. I don't care how bad y'all think, or we all think, I'm there too, Clemson offense is. Now for Clemson's offense, now that I spoke about it, the receivers was running open all game. So they were able to emulate what they did last week against Florida State. Had their receivers open, K. Klubnik was hitting them. So nice game again for Clemson's offense. I don't know if they can continue to sustain this, but again, nice game by them. Clemson now 3-2 on the year with losses to Florida State and Duke. I think 1-2 in the ACC play. Got a long way to go if they want to climb back into this ACC title race, but that's a great way to start there for Clemson. Moving on to the noon games, and this game was closer than I expected. Oh, by the way, I did pick Clemson to win. So, Georgia, number 1 ranked Georgia at Auburn. Georgia escapes 27-20. I picked Georgia to win. I thought they would actually cover, did not. And I said this to one of my coworkers. Georgia doesn't look as dominant to me. And nobody's really talking about it. They don't look as dominant to me as they did the past 2 years. Like last year, when Georgia won, I'm like, I can see it early. Like Georgia, I get they had the close game with Mizzou, but I still saw it. Like I could see the dominance. I can't see it this year. I don't see it. I really don't. I don't know if it's because Carson Beck, but he had a pretty good game. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because they keep losing guys and they got to keep reloading. Don't know what it is, but I just don't see it this year. Now, both teams start with a punt, and Auburn actually gets on the board first with a 27-yard field goal. Then Carson Beck throws an interception, which leads to a Jaquez Hunter 5-yard touchdown run. Auburn's up 10-0. Then Georgia answers with a Dajuan Edwards 2-yard touchdown run and a 37-yard field goal to tie the game 10-10. Auburn has a turnover on downs, 4th and 1. Jaquez Hunter is stuffed, but both teams trade punts to end the half. So it's 10-10 at halftime. Georgia starts second half with a fumble by Oscar Delp, which Auburn recovers and scores a 9-yard Robbie Ashford touchdown run after that. Then with 1:03 left in the third quarter, Georgia gets a 13-yard touchdown run by Dajuan Edwards. Then Georgia gets a 38-yard field goal in the fourth to go up 20-17. But Auburn answers with a 42-yard field goal. And then to end the game, Brock Bowers, best tight end in the country, best tight end, well, obviously in the draft, 40-yard catch and run by Brock Bowers to ice the game. Peyton Thorne throws an interception to end the game. Quarterbacks, again, do not look great. That's just how it is going to be for Auburn. Hugh Freeze ain't fixing it this year. It's not. You need a quarterback. You have a quarterback situation. Peyton Thorne left us. He wasn't it there. You see our quarterbacks for Michigan State ain't there. Ain't it there now. So definitely the better quarterback play for Auburn. For Georgia, thank Brock Bowers. The last 2 drives, Brock Bowers took over the game. One-handed catches. Just spectacular plays by Brock Bowers with the game on the line. Put the ball in my hands. Put the team on my back. I got us. So Georgia escapes out of Auburn there. Now we have another game, which I'm not about to recap this game. I got slight recaps, but I'm not. Man, look, this game was so. I was wrong. I picked the right winner, but I was wrong on how the game would be. Michigan 45, second ranked Michigan, excuse me, beats Nebraska at Nebraska 45-7. And like I said, I picked Michigan to win, but not like this. Michigan dominated the game. Michigan scored touchdowns on 4 of their first 5 first half drives. 4 of their 5 first half drives. Touchdowns on 4 of their 5 touchdown drives. First half drives. The one that wasn't a touchdown was a punt. So Nebraska pat on the back. You got them to punt once in the first half. Nebraska goes interception, turnover on downs, punt in the first half in their first half drives. Michigan second half scores on 3 of their last 4 drives in the second half. So they had 9 drives total. They scored on 7 of 9 drives. So they had a turnover downs that in the game, but they had a touchdown, field goal, touchdown to start the second half. Just dominance. Nebraska couldn't stop them. They couldn't get off the field. They got them in third and long situations. It just didn't matter. Nebraska in the second half goes missed field goal, punt, turnover on downs, touchdown, and end the game. So they got a garbage touchdown late so they wouldn't get shut out, and the fans should be happy about that. But utterly dominated. Michigan couldn't do no wrong. Nebraska couldn't do no right. Michigan best game of the year by far this year. And Nebraska got to figure this out. They're not looking good. Blew the first game. Blew the second game. Like, even I understand they got blown out. It was like, how you blow it? They had so many turnovers in the second game against Colorado that allowed Colorado to just blow that game open. Third game you win, but it's like against an inferior opponent. Fourth game you win against an inferior opponent. And now you got your butt handed to you by Michigan. Figure it out, Nebraska. It's going to be a long year. Moving on, we go to Kansas at Texas. And I picked Texas to win, but I picked Kansas to cover, and Kansas does not cover late. So 24th ranked Kansas, sad to see you go. You're going to be knocked out the rankings. I pounded the table for you, and they set me up. They got you ranked, but then they got you ranked against Texas. Like, they set me up. At number 3 ranked Texas. Texas wins 40-14. Jalen Daniels was a late scratch due to a back injury. I had no idea. And then when I tuned in, when I had a chance at work, I seen Jason Bean, and then I found out Jalen Daniels was scratched because of a back. Welcome to college football for my new folks, man. You don't get injury news like you do NFL. It just don't work that way. But anyway, Jalen Daniels out. Kansas starts with a punt. And then Texas starts with a 30-yard Quinn Ewers touchdown run. I saw that. I was like, hold up, Quinn Ewers. He scrambled for 30 and got it. Texas then gets a 26-yard field goal. Kansas answers with a crazy play. So I did see this one live. I just so happened to tune into the game. So Jason Beam runs an option, fakes to Devin Neal, keeps it, fakes it to Daniel Hishaw, and now he's off. And then he gets blasted, and he drops the football. But Daniel Hishaw is Johnny on the spot. He picks it up and runs it in. Now, I thought they were going to call him down because if you looked at the play, it looked like Jason Beam was starting to slide. But I guess they didn't say he was down. I guess they said he was still running. He didn't start to slide enough. He didn't initiate it. He got popped, fumble touchdown. Hold on. Shout out Dave for being a member. Shout out to Dave for being a member of Refuse to Lose. This is now his month number 2. It's a shout out to my guy, Carl CTC. No, hashtag CTC. Hashtag to you. Hashtag bang bang Niner gang. See you on Christmas. And hashtag refuse to lose. Now, the U's been balling. I have to look at my paper. I think I had them losing to Texas A&M. I'm pretty sure I did. So they've been exceeding my expectations. I had them going 8-4. They are now currently 4-0. I think they had a bye week this week. So they're 4-0. Shout out to them. I'm excited to see the games they have against Clemson, FSU, and UNC. I'm excited for those games. But shout out Dave for being a member. So talking about the scooping score. So Kansas scored off that. Texas gets a 30-yard field goal. Texas misses a 50-yard field goal, with leads to a Kansas punt. Quinn Ewers actually throws his first pick of the year to end the half. Just a bad throw. And then Texas starts the second half with a 54-yard Jonathan Brooks touchdown run. Kansas answers with a 58-yard deep bomb to Trevor Wilson. Just a deep post on the money. But that'd be it for Kansas. Texas misses a 47-yard field goal, which leads to a Kansas fumble. Texas recovers, which leads to a 1-yard touchdown run by Jonathan Brooks, but the 2-point is no good. Texas scores a 9-yard touchdown catch by Donnie Mitchell. And then Texas ends the game with a 1-yard touchdown run by Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers had 2 touchdowns on the ground. Now, they just, Quinn Ewers just finds a way to shock you. He gets 2 touchdowns on the ground. He throws a pick. But Quinn Ewers has been balling this year. Huge reason behind Texas' success. And that defense, can't discredit that Texas defense. They've been stout all year. But we move on from a game that had a defense to a game that had no defense. 13th ranked LSU at 20th ranked Ole Miss. And boy, when I say it was no defense, the final score, Ole Miss wins 55-49. Now I was on LSU. And late game, I was looking sweet. LSU is up, I believe, 41-49. They were 41-49. We'll get into it. I get into it. So, Ole Miss starts with the 4th and goal. And look, Jackson Dart, as much as I wanted LSU to win, I wanted to see good football. LSU hikes the ball. Not LSU. Jackson Dart hikes the ball. Quinshon Judkins come out the backfield. Now, the LSU defender stays with him for a second, but then for some reason, he just leaves him. He lets him, keep running. And I'm like, Jackson Dart, he's open, but Jackson Dart's not looking. He finally goes back and look at Quinshon Judkins and hit him for a touchdown, 4-yard touchdown pass. LSU starts with a punt. Then Jaden Daniels, when they get the ball back, he gets absolutely rocked. You've probably seen it already if you watch SportsCenter, or if you was on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I'm still calling it Twitter. You've probably seen the play already where Jaden Daniels, he scrambles out and gets rocked, drops the football, and Ole Miss recovers. Yes, Dave. It's just, hey, look, man, Washington State 4-0. Cam Ward is having a phenomenal year. I've been trying to get Trent to say, and Cam Ward, I trust for the longest. He keep ducking me, but I can't go that far. Like, that's where it stops. That's the line right there. That's over the line. But anyway, fumbles, which leads to a 43-yard Ulysses Bentley touchdown run. He just outran the defense, turned on the burners, and was gone. LSU answers with a 20-yard touchdown reception by Brian Thomas, and Brian Thomas had a day. Balling, just phenomenal. These LSU receivers are so good. Ole Miss answers with a 63-yard touchdown catch by Jordan Watkins. LSU answers with a 1-yard touchdown run by Logan Diggs, set up by Jaden Daniels, 55-yard scramble. Then Ole Miss answers with a 15-yard touchdown catch by Dayton Wade, set up by Judkins, 37-yard run. LSU answers with an 11-yard touchdown catch by Brian Thomas. And then Ole Miss answers with a 28-yard field goal. LSU answers with a 29-yard Kyron Lacey touchdown catch. Then LSU to start misses a 56-yard field goal that would have tied it right before the half. LSU starts second half with a 1-yard Jaden Daniels touchdown run, set up by an unnecessary roughness and a face mask. Ole Miss starts with a second half field goal, 48-yard field goal. LSU answers with a Logan Diggs 12-yard touchdown run. And this is where I was like, well, Ole Miss, you fought hard, you played well at home, but LSU is about to run y'all out the gym, off the field. Like, they're going to score every possession. It looked like they was about to score every possession in the second half. Ole Miss Ole Miss answers with a Quinshon Judkins 11-yard touchdown run, and the 2-point conversion was no good. Now, that was set up by Jackson Dart, 27-yard scramble, I believe, on like 2nd and 19 or something like that. Just a crazy run by Jackson Dart. With 10:27 left in the fourth and 5, Dart passes swatted, turnover on downs, leads to a crazy 34-yard Brian Thomas touchdown catch. So that play, let's get into it. Shouldn't have been a touchdown. Love Brian Thomas, love LSU. Should not have been a touchdown. He got the foot in bounds, but the ball looked like it was moving. I don't know if you would call that completely control of the football. Looks like he bobbled it a little bit. The ref said it stands, which means there wasn't enough evidence to overturn it or confirm it. I say no touchdown. Well, touchdown. Ole Miss answers with a 1-yard touchdown run by Jackson Dart. Then 2-point conversion is no good on that one. No. They kicked it. They kicked it on that one. Excuse me. Then LSU gets stopped. Ole Miss gets the ball back. And then Ole Miss moves the ball down the field rather quickly. And with 39 seconds, Ole Miss scores a 13-yard touchdown catch by touchdown Trey Harris. On a bubble screen. The 2-point is good. Now, Lane Kiffin was pissed. Lane Kiffin did not want to score that touchdown. Lane Kiffin wanted him to go down at the 1, run the clock out, kick the game-winning touchdown, or run the game-winning quarterback sneak, or whatever may have you. But he did not want to score there. But Trey Harris scores, and they're 55-49. And then LSU moves the ball down the quick field fast. They get like a 40-yard catch and run, I believe, by Kai. No, it wasn't Kyron Lacey. It was 17. I forgot his name. But big catch and run down the field. And it looked like bro wasn't about to get out of bounds. I'm like, he just running, trying to get as many yards as he can. He looked like he was about to cut in, but then he was able to force himself to get out of bounds. But on that last touchdown drive, excuse me, almost lied. On the last drive, LSU gets stalled out, throws for the end zone, incomplete, loses the game. No pass caught by either Malik Neighbors or Brian Thomas on the last drive. I don't even think they had a ball thrown their way. That's unacceptable. The game was on the line. You have to go to your dogs. You got to go to who got you here, Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors. LSU loses the game. Now, when I say no defense, both teams combined for 1,343 total yards of offense and 104 points. Jackson Dart and Quinshawn Judkins show heart late game. Jackson Dart was able to lead the charge in the comeback victory. Man, just incredible game, to be honest. Great game, shootout, fun game to watch. But Ole Miss gets the W. Thought LSU would win. I thought LSU was the harder team coming in. And Ole Miss said, hey, behind this home crowd, we're going to get this W. Shout out Ole Miss, man. Moving on, we have another game that I picked wrong. Look, my name is Smoked this week because I got smoked in college football this week. It just is what it is. It happens. So, Troy at Georgia State. Georgia State had a 4-0 record coming to this game. 4-0, undefeated no more. Troy wins 28-7. Georgia State drives down the field, but Darren Granger throws his first pick of the year in the red zone at the Troy. I think at the Troy 8, but I think that might be wrong. I just know he throws a pick in the red zone. Leads to a Troy 22-yard field goal. Troy 38-yard field goal on the next possession, go up 6-0. Georgia State answers with a 1-yard Marcus Carroll touchdown run, and that would be it for Georgia State. They took the lead at 7-6, and we'll see the lead no more. But the 6-yard touchdown run was set up on a 4-2 run from the Troy 9. Gets 3 yards. With 138, Gunnar Watson throws an interception, but leads to a Georgia State punt. Troy starts the second half, moved the ball down the field for a 45-yard touchdown run by Damian Taylor. Darren Granger starts second half for the interception through 2 picks. No picks through 4 games, through 2 picks last night. Troy defense came to play. Throws a pick, which leads to a 42-yard field goal, which is no good. Kamani Vidal scores a 14-yard touchdown catch with 2:42 left in the third, but the 2-point is no good. Georgia State turnover on downs. Granger incomplete on 4th and 3 leads to a Troy punt. Georgia State fumbles on the Troy 1-yard line. Troy recovers. Leads to a Kamani Vidal 6-yard touchdown run with 6 seconds left. They were just trying to run out the clock, but Kamani Vidal found his hole, scored a touchdown. Touchdown's not going to hurt. You go up 3 possessions. Why not get it? Georgia State had 3 turnovers, 2 in Troy in the red zone, so not great. It's not good at all for Georgia State. Granger threw 2 picks, came into the game with 0 interceptions. Not good at all. Gunnar Watson was slinging the rock. Troy had more explosive plays. That's the 45-yard touchdown run. They just had more explosive plays than Georgia State. And Troy did a good job containing Marcus Carroll. I don't even think Marcus Carroll had 100 yards. Matter of fact, let me look. I don't even know if Marcus Carroll even had 80 yards. Let me look real quick for y'all. But I don't think he did. But Troy just played a phenomenal game defensively. Georgia State honestly wasn't even able to stop Troy offensively, to be completely honest. Gunnar Watson, that offense was moving the ball downfield. They would honestly shoot themselves in the foot. Marcus Carroll did not have 80 yards. He had 19 for 75. But if you watch the game, Troy was moving the ball up and down the field. And sometimes Georgia State would get a stop late or they would score touchdowns. So hats off to Troy. 3-2 now, 1-1 in conference play. Looking to repeat as Sun Belt champions. I think they have the team to do so, but JMU is looking really good as well, man. JMU could actually, I think JMU is eligible. I'm not sure. I think though JMU is eligible to compete for the Sun Belt championship, and if that's the case, JMU might win the Sun Belt. I'm gonna look that up as well. Give me 1 second. I'm messing up completely. I think they can win. I think they can compete for the Sun. I don't know how it works. I know in college basketball you can compete for the championship off bucks, but you can't go to the national tournament. Now, I don't know. It won't be able to play for somebody's title. So I don't think they can actually, which sucks. I see an article here from September 1st of 2023, and it says it won't be eligible for somebody's title, which sucks because they have the team to win the Sun Belt. Oh man, that honestly sucks. I'm sad to hear that. I hope I'm wrong. I'll look into it more. I might do a short about it. But we got to move on to a banger of a game last night. Notre Dame, 11th ranked Notre Dame at 17th ranked Duke. Excuse me, I said Duke. At 17th ranked Duke. Final score: Notre Dame 21, Duke 14. Notre Dame finds a way late to win the game. Notre Dame starts with a 6-yard Audric Estimate touchdown run set up by a fake punt on 4th and 4 on Duke 47, which went for 34 yards by Jeremiah Love. Duke starts with a missed 37-yard field goal. Had 2 missed field goals on the night. Notre Dame, 53-yard field goal doesn't happen because of a false start, and they have to punt. Riley Leonard throws an interception, which leads to a Notre Dame 35-yard field goal. Duke misses another field goal. This one from 25 yards out to in the half. Hold on. We got some NBA breaking news here on the CTC. The Trailblazers are trading Drew Holiday to the Boston Celtics. Oh, okay. I hate the Celtics, but great trade by them. I'm a Pistons fan, for those who don't know, so hate the Celtics. But great for them. Duke starts the second half with a punt. Notre Dame starts the second half with a 45-yard field goal. Duke answers with a 1-yard Jordan Waters touchdown run. With 9:17 left in the fourth quarter, Jordan Moore catches a 3-yard touchdown pass by Riley Leonard, which was set up by, honestly, in my opinion, a very questionable targeting call. I didn't see targeting. I didn't even see why they've initiated it, but they call targeting. It sucks to be a defender these days. But hey, it's football now. So questionable targeting call leads to a touchdown. Then with 38 seconds left, 4th and 16, game on the line. Sam Hartman scrambles out right. Looks like he's going to scramble. Then he stops. Looks like he's going to set up the throw. Sees he has enough to get the first and takes off for 17. Gets the first down. And I think even a play later, Audric, or maybe even the next play. Yeah, the next play, Audric Estimate runs and scores a 30-yard touchdown run after Duke's defense has been looking phenomenal all night. Set up a 4th and 16 by blitzing the heck out of Sam Hartman. I don't think they blitzed on that 4th and 16. And he took advantage of it. Audric Estimate scores with 18 seconds. Riley Leonard is sacked, fumbled. He is actually hurt on the play. Notre Dame recovers, kneels the game out, wins the game. Well, they didn't even kneel it. They ran the ball because Duke had 3 timeouts. The coach, Marcus Freeman, did a signal are y'all going to call it or no? They basically agreed that the game is over. Duke loses. Notre Dame, game on the line, found a way to win. Thank God it was in the offense hands, because in the defensive hands, we saw what happened last week. They gave it up. So Sam Hartman said, yeah, put the ball in my hands. I'll win it for you. Duke's defense, if you don't know already, is legit. This defense is legit. This defense, I just gotta keep saying it. It's legit, man. Mike Elko got these boys working. Duke missed field goals, which really hurt. Easy ones, 33 and 25. These are field goals that you gotta make in your sleep. Can't miss those. Duke lost the turnover battle. Cannot do that against this Notre Dame team, man. This Notre Dame team is already a playoff contender. Cannot lose the field goal battle. I mean, the turnover battle. And Duke struggled to protect Riley Leonard. Sure did. Point blank period. Struggled to protect him. As you can see at the final, with the game on the line, he gets sacked, fumbled, and he's hurt. So I hope it's not that bad. I hope he just got, like, it's just from the impact of the hit. I hope he's fine come Monday. He's probably going to be feeling it today. Probably felt it when he woke up this morning. Hope he feels fine Monday, get you some treatment, get ready for next week. Yeah, but Notre Dame's defense, while only having 2 sacks, they were just in the backfield. So yeah. Oh, wait, Duke actually has a bye week. So rest up, my boy. You got a bye week. Moving on to a game which I only covered because it's my favorite team. Besides MSU. I wasn't covering MSU, though. I'm not covering Iowa and MSU. Didn't want to cover that boring game. South Carolina at Tennessee. I want to say they were 21st ranked in the country last night. But, yeah, 21st ranked Tennessee. I forgot to write it down. South Carolina loses 41-20. Did not cover. A lot of people were so high on us to cover the game. The 12.5 did not cover at all. South Carolina starts with a punt, which Tennessee starts with a 42-yard Jalen Wright touchdown run. And Tennessee does what Tennessee does. Scores on the first drive. Did it and lost to Florida. Did it last night. I think they did it against UVA. No, I don't think they did it against UVA, to be honest. But they scored a touchdown on the first drive. South Carolina answers with a 36-yard field goal. Then Joe Milton throws an interception, which leads to a 6-yard touchdown run by Spencer Rattler. And we up 10-7. I'm actually happy at this point. I'm like, let's go. We got a chance to do it again. Repeat of the drop your nuts game. But didn't work out that way. Tennessee answers with a 2-yard Jabari Smalls touchdown run. Squirrel White catches a 50-yard pass that set it up, which is kind of crazy. On 4th and 2, South Carolina turnover on downs, pass to Xavier Leggett, which was short. He threw the ball short. Leggett had no room to even run for the first down for real. Got forced out of bounds. Leads to a Tennessee 24-yard field goal. With 47 seconds left in the second quarter, Spencer Rattler throws a pick 6, and that's where I was like, that's the game. Too much momentum in Rocky Top. Cannot throw pick 6s against a better team. Then Tennessee starts the second half with a 6-yard Jacob Warren touchdown catch. And we answered with a 75-yard touchdown run of our own right after the kickoff, set up by a penalty. 75-yard run by Marlo Anderson. With 6:03 left in the third quarter, South Carolina stuffed on the 4th and 1 run. Turnover on downs, which leads to a Joe Milton, another interception, but it don't really matter. Which leads to a 3-and-out punt, and the punt return called back. They had a good setup, but it got called back. No, they had a touchdown, actually. They ran it back for a touchdown, which got called back. And then Tennessee gets a 33-yard field goal, which is good. Tennessee's Dylan Sampson scores a 6-yard touchdown run. When they get the ball back, we answer. No, excuse me. My bad. I wrote this wrong. South Carolina answers with a 47-yard field goal after Tennessee's 33, but then Tennessee gets a Dylan Sampson touchdown run, 6 yards. And then South Carolina turns the ball over on downs, and Tennessee runs out the clock. Not too many notes here. Like I said, you can't throw the pick 6 on the road in an environment like that. Tennessee has 6 sacks, 8 tackles for a loss. Again, not able to protect Spencer Rattler. And Tennessee established the run and dominated. We can't protect Spencer Rattler, man. He had 9 sacks again. They had 9 sacks when we played UNC, 6 today. Can't protect the man. Our O-line cannot protect the man. Next game, and we got one more after this. West Virginia at TCU. Oh, by the way, I don't think I've been saying who I picked. So I picked Tennessee. I picked Notre Dame. I picked Georgia State. And yeah, so I caught y'all up on that. So 2-1 on those. I picked TCU to win this game. And shout out to the West Virginia fan that commented under my video. Fair analysis, both ends. Nice little not even conversation, just he said something, I said something back. But West Virginia pulls it out 24-21. West Virginia's defense is legit. It's scary. For a Big 12 defense, it is scary. They're looking like, I don't want to say the Iowa State of last year in terms of like wins, because I think they already passed that. But I'm talking about in terms of defense. Defense is legit. The front seven is legit. These secondary players pretty good. West Virginia wins 24-21. West Virginia starts with a 3-and-out, and TCU starts with a 59-yard JP Richardson touchdown catch. And to me, when I was watching this, I'm like, okay, this is how it is. TCU is about to make this a shootout. West Virginia doesn't have enough offense for a shootout. TCU is going to win. But then West Virginia answers with a Devin Carter 30-yard touchdown catch by Garrett Green. Welcome back, Garrett Green. He did come back yesterday. TCU, 53-yard field goal is no good. Set up because of an intentional ground on third down, lost yards, and a down. Missed a 53-yarder. TCU scores a 31-yard touchdown run when they get the ball back by Chandler Morris. Now, major injury timeout, and I don't know who was hurt. So, because I was flipping in between games, and it happened when I was flipping. So, whoever got hurt, man, prayers up. Prayers up. Hopefully, you're doing great this morning. Hopefully, it's nothing too major. They did have to cart them off, so it sucks that it's a part of the game, but it's a part of the game. With 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the second quarter, CJ Donaldson scored a 1-yard touchdown run. But with 24 seconds on 4th and 2, Dylan Wright scores a 36-yard touchdown catch. And that'd be it for TCU. TCU gets shut out in the second half. West Virginia misses a 58-yard field goal right before the half. TCU punts to start the second half. West Virginia starts second half with a 4th and 6 incomplete pass, turnover on downs. But TCU then punts after that. West Virginia converts a 4th and 5, which leads to a 1-yard Garrett Green touchdown run. West Virginia on 4th and 1, they were aggressive all game. 4th and 1, turnover on downs. CJ Donaldson got stuffed short of the line of the game. Leads to a TCU punt. West Virginia scores a 49-yard field goal when they get the ball back. TCU, this was stupid. TCU looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down. Then runs the field goal team on late. Has little time to set up. Rushed it. Instead of calling timeout, hikes it, gets it blocked, West Virginia ball. Then with 46 seconds left, With 46 seconds left, after they got the ball back, so TCU gets the ball back. 46 seconds left, TCU, Chandler Morris gets called down for a sack. Gets reviewed, honestly looked like a sack to me, or should have been intentional grounding, whatever the case may be. It gets reviewed. Guess you can't review a penalty like that. And they say Chandler Morris was not down. He got the ball off, incomplete pass, puts time on the clock from 30 seconds or 37 seconds to 46, makes the field goal closer, not by much. But, yeah, TCU gets the kick blocked again. West Virginia wins the game. Well, I said my keys from this, Garrett Green had a good game coming back. West Virginia mucked up the game. It was aggressive. They played great defense. They had West Virginia had 5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss. 5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss. So mucked up the game. And got to kill Sonny Dykes for what he did on that first field goal that got blocked. Like, if you're going to kick it, kick it. If you want to go for it, go for it. If you want to try to catch them with their pants down, but you messed it up, got to call the timeout there. You need those points. Call the timeout. You haven't scored all second half. So, yeah, so TCU loses. TCU loses. West Virginia wins. West Virginia might get ranked. I don't know. They have 1 loss. But the 1 loss, again, was to Penn State. They might end up getting ranked. So, shout out West Virginia. I was completely wrong about them. I'll look real quick. I think I only had them winning 4 games, maybe 5 this year. Big 12, I believe, was first from up here. They're 4-1 right now, so they might be at my win total. And it's only week 5. Yeah, so Big 12, my Big 12 is right here. West Virginia, I had West Virginia going 3-9. They're already over my win total with 4-1. I had them going 3-9. I had them losing the Pitt. They won the backyard brawl. I had them losing to Penn State, which was the loss. I had them beating Duquesne. Did that. Had them beating Texas Tech. They did that. And I had them losing to TCU, which they did not. So next game will be at Houston. West Virginia could very much win that game. So shout out West Virginia. Now my last game of my recap before I get into my major performances, which I still have Omarion Miller, was a blowout with Alabama at Mississippi State. 12th ranked Alabama wins 40-17 against Mississippi State on the road. Both teams start with punts. They actually both punted twice. With 4:48 left in the first quarter, Jalen Milroe scores a 53-yard touchdown run. Jalen Milroe has been getting better every week, man. Just give him a chance. Let him get into the flow of college football. He is young. Think he's going to be a good quarterback. Will Rogers throws a pick six. Will Rogers had one of them games where I knew it was coming. I didn't know it was coming this week, but I knew it was going to be here. 3 interception game. I knew it was coming. It's the Will Rogers special at one point. 3 interception game. But the ball was tipped at the line, pick six. Mississippi State then answers with a 31-yard field goal. Alabama answers with a 48-yard field goal. Mississippi State answers with a 15-yard touchdown run by Mike Wright, who came in at quarterback for Will Rogers, ran the read option. It wasn't like he got benched. They ran a different package. They ran a play for Mike Wright, scores 15-yard touchdown. Alabama answers with a 2-yard touchdown run by Jason McClellan. Will Rogers throws his second interception, leads to a Milroe 10-yard touchdown run. Mississippi State starts second half with a 1-yard Jeffrey Pittman touchdown catch, and that'd be it for them. Alabama starts second half with a 38-yard field goal. Then with 9:04 left in the fourth quarter, Alabama gets a 34-yard field goal. With 7:38, Will Rogers throws his third interception, which leads to a 48-yard field goal. I stopped basically recapping from there. Alabama dominated this game. Alabama was clearly the better team. They haven't lost to Mississippi State since 2007, I believe I saw. So just keeps that streak going. Dominance over Mississippi State. The Mississippi State just don't have the recruits, don't have the talent, don't have the athletes to stick with Alabama. And I told people, because a lot of people saying Alabama's falling off. No, they're just not as dominant as you're used to them seeing. Like I said, they're still better than 90% of college football. That's just point blank. Like, they lost to Texas. Texas is a really great football team this year. I know they're not the Texas of the past. They're not, you're used to seeing Texas 7-6, like recent history. 7-6, 6-6, maybe an 8-4, 8-5, because 8-4, 9-4 because of a bowl game, but they haven't looked this great in a long time. But Texas is a great football team this year, and Alabama lost to a great football team. There's no shame in that. It's the part of the game. So we're just going to jump into the major performances real quick, because it's Sunday. I know y'all want to watch our football. I know the football game that's currently being played, Atlanta versus Jacksonville, was a snooze fest. Jacksonville just completely dominating. Desmond Riddler does not look great in this game at all. Should have had 3 picks. I mean, he already has 2. Should have had the third. So I know y'all going to get ready for your 1 o'clock. Set your lineups. Tune in to FFC for those. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get these major performances out the way, and I'm going to lead y'all to it. So we're going to honestly start with Omarion Miller. Might as well, since I didn't write it down. 7 catches. Freshman, by the way. 7 catches, 196 yards, and a touchdown. Just a major performance. Now, Silas Bowden, Oregon State. 6 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Carl, that's not major. Throw in 2 rushes for 53 yards and another touchdown. So, in a defensive battle, Chase Roberts, 6 catches, 131 yards, touchdown. Oh, Silas Bowden, Oregon State. Omarion Miller, Colorado. Chase Roberts, BYU. Caleb Williams. Hey, sorry, Kenny. 30 of 40, 403 yards, 6 touchdowns, and a pick for Southern California. Ray Davis, 26 carries, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 catch, 9 yards, and a touchdown. So four total touchdowns for the Kentucky back, Ray Davis. Now, it's still crazy. He had 26 carries and still averaged over 10 yards a carry. Major performance. Brock Bowers, 8 catches, 157 yards, and the game-winning touchdown for Georgia. Tight end putting up those numbers. Major performance. Jonathan Brooks, Texas, 21 carries, 218 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Again, 21 carries, almost 10 yards a carry. Actually, hold on. That's over 10 yards a carry. Excuse me. Over 10 yards a carry. Major performance. Donovan Smith of Houston gets on the major performance. First time here. 29 of 40. 335 yards. 4 touchdowns. 9 carries for 59 yards. And I think he scored a touchdown. And I forgot to write it down on the ground. Let me make sure. For the Houston quarterback, the Texas Tech transfer. Got to get you right, my boy, for the major performances. I'm human. You know what I'm saying? I think I just forgot to write it down. No rushing touchdown. Just 9 carries for 59 yards. My bad. Jackson Dart, one of my favorite quarterbacks in the country. 26 of 39, 389 yards, 4 touchdowns, 7 carries, 50 yards, and a tug. 5 total touchdowns for the Ole Miss quarterback. Major performance. Touchdown Trey. Ole Miss, 8 catches, 153 yards, and a touchdown. And my last major performance, he's been here before. Dylan Gabriel, 26 of 39, 366 yards, 3 touchdowns, a pick, 8 carries for 37 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Oklahoma quarterback to end off our major performance list. Now, again, week 5, pretty good football. I wouldn't say, obviously, it's not week 4 material, but week 4 was just a crazy week. I would like to thank all of you who tuned in, left a comment, liked the video, just thank you who rode throughout this whole hour and 15-minute recap. Just appreciate you for showing up. And we're looking forward to week 6. The Red River rivalry is week 6. Both teams coming to the game undefeated. Should be a way better game than last year. But we'll save that for the Wednesday previews. I would like to see y'all Wednesday. Oh, show update. Gotta look. So not this week coming up, but the next week I will have a Monday show. So it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Sunday to make up for Tuesday Conference USA and Sunbelt play. So not the week coming up. So this week it's still gonna be Wednesday and Sunday. I do have the preview of Wednesday game. 2 Wednesday games. So I'm going to try to get the show done earlier. But the October 9th, week of the October 9th, it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Sunday. So I can get in them Tuesday previews, them Tuesday and the Wednesday previews on Monday. On Wednesday, we'll have Tuesday and Wednesday recaps with the previews of Thursday. What I might end up doing is Monday is for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday previews, and then Wednesday I will recap Tuesday and Wednesday and preview Saturday games. So don't look for it this week. Look for it the following week after the October week of the 9th. But thank you for rocking with your boy, and I'm gone. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.